Hello everyone, welcome to the 2021 End of Year Financial Review by Dr. Melissa Cohen. The first item on our list is to look at your 401k and IRA contributions. So now's a great time to look at your pay stubs and review any contributions and any makeup contributions to the limit so that you take full advantage. So for 2021, that is $19,500 in an employer 401k account. Now, if you have a Roth IRA account, you can contribute up to $6,000, and it's a $7,000 catch-up if you're age, I think 50 and older, 50 and a half and older. Now, also just note though that if you're not able to make that money by the end of December 31st, that you can actually still make contributions for the 2021 calendar year up until you file the tax deadline of April 18th of 2022. So for 2022, it is actually not April 15th. That falls on a Friday. They've actually moved it to the following Monday of April 18th. So up until that day of 2022, you can actually go in and make contributions for 2021. So that does give you some extra time, and you can plan accordingly as well. Now for 2022 though, that calendar year, the amount that you can contribute to a 401k account has increased to $20,500 plus an additional $6,500 contribution if you are over 50 years old or over. So if you need to make any changes to your accounts and any contributions, whether your employer asks for a dollar amount or a percentage of your payment amount, and you can afford that, you need to make sure that you make those changes so that you can hit that full limit of $20,500. So the second item you should look at is your tax withholdings. So you need to decide if you need to change the amount of your tax withholdings if necessary. If you usually get a large amount of money back when you file your taxes, and you don't want that, you would rather have your money with every paycheck, then you can go to your human resources department with your company and have that changed so that you get more of your money back throughout the year. But if you like receiving a large tax refund check, then just stay put. But that is just something you need to think about and consider. Okay, for item number 3, you need to spend some time going back and reviewing your portfolios and making any changes, any reallocation changes. So pull out all your 401ks, your Roth IRAs, wherever you have your money, your stocks and things. Review your portfolios as a whole and individually. So depending if you're in your 20s or 30s, or depending versus if you're 60s, 50s and 60s and retirement age is just over the horizon, you're going to have different allocations depending on your timeline and your risk level. So your overall asset allocation, depending on cash, any real estate holdings, your retirement accounts as far as 401ks, if you have bonds, you have CDs, your money's in the market, or a market cash is in maybe a market account as well, you need to look at where that is and reallocate if necessary. Especially if the stocks have grown exponentially this year, you may have too much money in stocks. Another thing that you can consider here is selling any investments that have any unrealized loss and take a credit against any realized gains that occurred in this calendar year in your portfolio. This is called tax loss harvesting. Now, this isn't for any stocks in a retirement account that you don't have to pay taxes on, because it doesn't really make that much difference right now. But if you have just a regular account, or you own stock outside of any retirement account, and you've had any great gains, but you also have some stocks out there that aren't doing well, you don't think that they're going to do well, and you don't simply want to hold on to them for long term, then now may be the time to sell those. You take a loss and it's going to actually make your capital gains on the big ones reduce that. Okay, the fourth item on our checklist is to review your annual budget. So go through your budget for the year. Now is also the time to cut out any unnecessary costs. So maybe your car insurance, for example, mine has actually started to creep back up now that everyone's driving again. And now may be the time to go ahead and see what the competitors are offering. So go through, cut out any unnecessary costs that you may realize you don't need after all. Now is also the opportunity to plan better for the upcoming year. Maybe you had additional changes in your life where you've had additional costs and such. So you can go ahead and make any updates to your annual budget. And also, if you are getting any increases in pay raises, you want to negotiate any pay raises, but now is also the time to increase your contributions, whether it's to your savings, your emergency fund, or your retirement. And remember, the retirement 401k for 2022 has been increased to $20,500. So if you have it based on a certain percentage of your pay, you may need to increase that percentage so that you can take full advantage of that amount by the end of 2022. Now the fifth thing we need to do is revisit your FSA and HSA. So that's the flexible spending account and health savings account. So first of all, if you have a FSA, you need to look at your individual account and see if there are any carryover restrictions. So your account may let you carry a certain dollar amount, or it may say if you do not use it by December 31st of each year, you lose it. Now this is your own money that you probably paid into it, so don't lose your money. So note that the IRS changed its policies in 2020 and they added more items there, such as thermometers, allergy medicines, tampons, bandages. So even if you went to the eye doctor, you went to the dentist, you went and you got all your health screenings and such, but you still have a little bit of money left, just buy some of these items you can use around the house as well. Sunscreen, I believe, too. Another thing you need to do in this category is review your health insurance options for 2022. So you may want to consider a high deductible health insurance plan so that you can participate in a health savings account. Now here are some additional information here. If you are doing a health savings account, the limit in 2022 is $3,650 for self-only covered participants and $7,300 for those families' health insurance coverage, plus an additional $1,000 contribution allowed for those age 55 and over. Now the sixth thing is charitable cash donations. If you feel compelled and this is part of your regular budget to give, you can contribute up to $300 for a single filer or $600 for married. You can do up to in cash donations to registered nonprofit organizations and take a tax deduction. These must be dated by December 31st, 2021 though. So you need to get those in and dated by the end of the year. And 7, go ahead and take the time to set your big goals for 2022. So if you have any big changes coming up that you predict for 2022, like you want to buy a home, you want to purchase a new car, you want to take that dream vacation, you have to pay for college expenses for a child or grandchild, weddings, or just celebrating any life milestones like an anniversary, any big trips. Another thing, so now is the time to take the time to put that in your budget and make sure that you are allocating money for these big expenses so that it doesn't hit you all at one time. Another item under this category here is speak with a financial advisor or tax advisor if necessary so that you make smart money moves to be done by the end of the calendar year that's going to help you set you up for success in 2022. So all the information I have is just general information that everyone needs to consider. Everyone is individual. Money's individualized. So you need to have someone or speak with a financial advisor or tax advisor to help you to maximize your income, minimize your taxes so that you can make smart money moves. And finally, number 8, celebrate your achievements, everything that you have achieved in 2021. So take a few moments to write down your achievements so far and celebrate them. This includes, any increases that you have made to your savings or retirement accounts over the year. I like to keep a list roughly for the first week of January or the end of December so that I can see, wow, my balances have increased. I've actually put money in there. These accounts are growing. If you have paid off any debt, make sure you would celebrate that. Write that down. That's a great accomplishment. And even if you've spent time learning about personal finance, it takes time and effort to listen to podcasts, read books, read articles, and educate yourself. So that needs to be recognized as well. And then also, just take a few moments to celebrate these achievements and make sure that you feel confident going into 2022 and meeting your financial goals as well. So thank you for joining me. This is a 2021 end of year financial review. As I mentioned before, this is a little generic information, so you need to specifically sit down with a financial advisor, a tax advisor, someone to help and look at your individualized account. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at smartandsassymoney.com. I wish you the best of 2022 and that you have the best year yet.